All right, light up those pumpkins, everybody, because we are live. Let's see who else is awake and alive out there tonight. What's up, everybody? Happy Michael Myers Monday. Welcome to it. If you're new here, my name is Matt. We are Halloween Daily News, and if you don't know what's going on here, this is Michael Myers Monday Live, our weekly gathering with our friends and fellow fans and fanatics of the Halloween movie franchise and all things Michael Myers, and we go over the week's news if there is any, and we geek out and we speculate and we conversate and we hang out and we celebrate this fandom, this franchise, and our friendships forged in fear, right, guys? And to all of so if you're new here, welcome. Thank you for being here. Think about hitting that subscribe, and to all of our returning friends, what is up? Happy Michael Myers Monday. You made it. You made it through another week. You made it through another Monday, and today was a hellacious one for me. I don't know about you guys, but like I always say, making it through any week, making it through any Monday nonetheless, is reason enough to celebrate. So that's what we're doing here tonight. So thank you for joining me. Welcome back. Congrats, you made it. Here's to you. Happy Michael Myers Monday, everybody. How's everybody doing this evening? All right, I'm going to turn over here into the live chat for just a minute. Yeah, you guys feel free to sound off if you're new here. Don't be shy. And everybody else, you know how it goes. Like I said, I don't mind telling you, I had a hellacious Monday today. This was a Monday for Mondays, even as Mondays go. It didn't start off too bad until early afternoon when I don't know if you saw, but our site, HalloweenDailyNews.com, and the other sites that we run and manage a few other sites for our other businesses, it was down for most of the day today. That always is no fun whenever that happens. It's not the first time it's happened. Transparency, I don't even know exactly why it happened today. Of course, I've been in contact with our host all day and back and forth, and they're working on it. They're supposed to be letting me know something. But, knock on wood, as of now, we are back. As of around 7:30ish this evening, Eastern Time, we did get back up, thankfully. So, yeah, literally a day of just pulling my hair out, like, what's going on? Why can't we get anything done today? So, but, as we speak, so far so good on that front. So, that hadn't been the funnest day, but nonetheless, like I said, we are back, we are here, and it is Monday, and we got a lot of news. I'm going to try to slow down the pace a little bit, and I really don't expect to be on here very long this evening. I know I do say that all the time, but there's really not a whole lot of news to speak of this week, but there are just a few little bites here and there that we're going to talk about. Little update on H45 that we're going to talk about, and some other cool stuff. And then, of course, after we do the news, got a couple special features for you. We're going to look at the results of last week's poll question. We're also going to reveal this week's new poll question. We're going to do shout-outs at the end of the show, and might have a little flashback to H40 back in 2018 to take a look at in just a little while too. So a fun night nonetheless. I think it's going to be a fun night, but like I said, not huge breaking news. But of course, we are officially counting down the days now, just over 6 months away from 45 Years of Terror. So we're going to get into that in just a minute. But let me turn over here to the live chat for just a few minutes. I see a lot of friends have been checking in early. David and Megan were among the first to chime in a while ago. I appreciate you guys. Of course, Teen Wolf is here as well. Andromeda, one of our friends, one of our esteemed channel members as well. Brett Patrick, another channel member. It's just $5 a month, guys. You can use these awesome emojis that these guys have these custom badges, and other cool perks, as well as getting to see a lot of our pre-recorded videos before they go public. So think about joining that party. Patrick Ring, another one of our esteemed channel members. Think about joining the club. Just hit the join button. And again, it's just $5 a month, and it is a huge, huge help to us here at Halloween Daily News. Every little bit helps, as you know. Every dollar, every penny helps when you're dealing with YouTube here, because they certainly take their share. as you guys are probably well aware. So we do appreciate it. Phil is here as well. Jason has checked in. First Monday off in a while. Well, I'm glad you're spending it with us, my man. Awesome. Andromeda's driving, of course. I'm not surprised. Drive careful. Let's see here. Vibes, what's up, Josh? Happy Michael Myers Monday. Like I said, Brett and Patrick have checked in. Rob Windsor in the house. What's going on, man? Good to see you as well. Justin Banner has checked in. Why does Dr. Loomis refuse to work weekend overtime? That's a good question. Let's see who else is in here. Art, another channel member. What's up, man? Happy Michael Myers Monday. Appreciate you being here. Let's see. Got a few other people filtering in. Mike Johnston is here. Still enjoy Halloween Ends. Yes, sir. I do too. Absolutely. Yeah, you know, haters gonna hate, but hey, I loved it. And I still love it. So I'm with you on that, man. Michael Myers has checked in, silently, of course. Let's see, who else is in here tonight? Josh Baker Videos. Just watched Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Yeah, I haven't seen that one. A buddy of mine saw it and didn't give it a glowing recommendation. So I'm sure I'll check it out eventually, though. Anthony Landry has checked in. What's up, man? Can't wait to see you again in Pasadena. Hell yes, yes. We're going to be talking a little bit about 45 years of terror. And, of course, we can't talk about 45 years of terror without talking about 40 years of terror 5 years ago, because it was such an unbelievable, magical experience. And Anthony, one of the many, many people that we met and kind of forged bonds with in Haddonfield there that have carried through. And absolutely, man, I can't wait to see you as well. We are looking forward to it. And thank you for hanging out this evening as well. For this week's show and tell, I don't have a physical product here. I'm just going to blast through it real quick because I just want to remind you of what we talked about last week. Usually for the show and tells, it's something new in my personal collection or something new in hand, in stock. This week it's not in hand, in stock, but it is a pre-order that we've been excited for. I've been excited for. I know some of you have been excited for. I want to remind you, if you weren't here last week or if you weren't aware, that official pre-orders have begun for the officially licensed Halloween Ends Corey and Allison face masks. These are plastic injection molded face masks made from the movie production master mold sculpted by Christopher Nelson and Vincent Van Dyke and their team for the film. Of course, worn by Rowan Campbell as Corey Cunningham and Andy Matichak as Allison. And you can find links to pre-order in the description of this video. And they are retailing for $20 each. As always, if you're watching this on Monday Night Live, or if you're watching anytime before Tuesday at 11:59 p.m., when you place that order, send a little note with it, send us a separate email, comment on this video, send us a DM, whatever, and say, hey, I watched Monday Night and I just pre-ordered those masks, and we will make sure you get a little special Triple M treat just for the Triple M Live viewers that hit up our online shop. You can find those pre-orders and, like I said, lots of other in-stock items anytime at HalloweenDailyNews.com/shop. All right, I'm going to turn over here one more time to the live chat. Not one more time, but one more time before we get into our first news item of the evening. Mike Johnston says, trying to enjoy a variety of channels and streams, but there's so much negativity and hate about Halloween Ends. Glad you liked it too. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I know there's plenty of hate and negativity about Halloween Ends and about pretty much anything you can imagine. I mean, pretty much anything that can possibly be loved by one person, there's 10 other people online very loudly hating on it, it seems like. And that's all fandoms. This one is no exception. And it was no exception prior to Halloween Ends either, if we're going to be honest. But I hear you. I hear you. But yeah, you don't find that kind of negativity here with us. Not when we're talking about this franchise. Not here on Michael Myers Mondays. No way. Um, yeah, we are all about celebrating the franchise here, warts and all, so to speak. I mean, yeah, there's certain aspects of some of the films and some creative decisions made that, of course, I might not think are the greatest thing ever, but in comparison to like 99% of all of the other franchises and all of the other sequels and all of the other horror movies in general made, yeah, give me my Halloween movies all day long over most of that other stuff. So that's what we do here. Let's see here. Brett's asking if I got the Halloween 2 bottle opener. No, I have not yet. Where did you get it from? Is that a Spirit Halloween product? I don't know. I haven't gotten a Halloween 2 bottle opener yet. Say it looks like a chocolate bar. That's funny. Justin also loved Ends. Awesome. Book was great. Yes, sir. Yeah, the book is awesome. I still have not finished reading it. I got a little distracted, got into some personal family stuff. I got to get back into it. Finish reading the novelization. I'm about halfway through it now. I'm going to dig back into it and finish reading it before this summer gets going and we really get going with all of the big Halloween news of the year. Nightmare Toys. Okay, I'll have to check that out. Awesome. Looks like a chocolate bar. That's funny. All right. Our first quick news item this evening, and I have to admit it was more of a news item when I said, oh, okay, I'll have to save that and talk to you guys. Unfortunately, though, the event is, well, let's just take a look at it. You might remember, I think, was it 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago, I think, we talked about the on-set cinema screening of Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers in Salt Lake City. Since then, our friend Kenny at the Myers House, North Carolina, announced the on-set cinema screening of Halloween 5 2 days prior to that, also in Salt Lake City, this time, though, at the Myers House, as it appears in Halloween 5. And I was so excited to tell you guys about this awesome opportunity. Unfortunately, however, that event, because it was picked up by the good folks at Bloody Disgusting and Fangoria just a few days ago, it is completely sold out already, and there is no wait list, and there will be no more tickets added. So that event is sold out. Unfortunately, it is unique because while they have done on-set cinema screenings of Halloween 4, Halloween 5, and Halloween 6 before, they even did an HK screening earlier this year in Wilmington as well. This was the first time that attendees were going to be able to go inside of the Myers House. Now, this is, of course, H5's version of the Myers House. You'll remember it's that historic Victorian home. It's kind of red tinted. Doesn't look a lot like the Myers House in 78, of course, but that is this film's version of the Myers House. And that's where Dr. Loomis famously had his face off with Michael Myers in the movie's climax. Attendees that did take advantage and got these tickets before they sold out will get a complete guided tour of the property grounds as well as a look inside the house, and you'll be able to see where Loomis and Myers had their big confrontation on the staircase, if you remember the film. So a pretty cool opportunity to be a part of this for the folks that did pick it up. And that's the thing about these on-set cinema screenings. The tickets are always very limited because they are at these locations. They're not at actual theaters, so they can only fit a very limited number of people. And it's often a very kind of intimate group. And that's one of the things that makes them kind of special. So if you're going to be there, yeah, hit us up. We'd love to hear from you and hear how it goes. It is pretty cool that they do that, and that Kenny and Myers House NC is making these events possible, I have to say. Um, and it's not just this franchise that he does them for. And you can also go and tour his house, the Myers house in North Carolina. It is a life-size, actual replica of the Myers house out in South Pasadena. So after you've made the pilgrimage there, if you can't make it there this year, for the 45th, maybe, if you're over on the East Coast, a more affordable, slightly closer to home alternative might be to go check out Kenny at the Myers house. He does do guided tours there, and just go to MyersHouseNC.com. All the info is there for all of that. All right, let's turn over here for a minute. The HK screening at Mixed Lounge. Has that already happened? I thought it already happened earlier this year. Is that upcoming? I know that one is sold out, though, as well. But you're right, at Mixed Lounge, which is also, in real life, it's known as the Rusty Nail. But yes, Mixed Bar is seen in the opening of Halloween Kills. Speaking of which, I'll plug this. Elsewhere on this channel, be sure to check out our filming locations video from Wilmington, featuring a lot of the locations that you saw in Halloween Kills, including that bar, the Rusty Nail. That was a lot of fun to go there. Let's see who else is. Let's see what else you guys are saying before we go over to the next news topic of the evening, which is going to be a little bit of 45 years of terror news, just a tiny bit. All right, so Nightmare Toys has the H2 bottle opener. I'm gonna have to check that out. Who makes it though? Who's the manufacturer? Can you guys tell me that? You're gonna go to their store in Vegas this weekend. Nice. Awesome. Oh, did Nightmare Toys produce it? I see Jason's comment. Great craftsmanship. Interesting. Okay, so maybe they produced that. Jason says, in his opinion, HK is the best. You mean the best of all the films in the franchise, or you mean of these most recent three? I'm always sketchy of saying anything's best. I always say, just because I'm an English nerd, I'm words and everything. But I always say my favorite, because everybody's entitled to their opinion. I'm not going to say that one thing's better or anything, except for 78. That one's the best of all of them in the franchise. But that aside, I have said, and I will say again that, yeah, I think HK of these three is probably going to be the one I reach for and look forward to putting in possibly the most often of these most recent three. Yeah, you're saying of the recent trilogy. That's what I figured. Awesome. Andromeda using the super chat to Halloween Ends rules. Yes, I love it. I love it. Yes. Yes, see, members can get a free super chat like that as well. Thank you, Andromeda. That is awesome. Been a member for a month. I love it. Well, everybody, just like we toast anybody with a super chat, you know what that means. Raise them up. It's all right if you're not drinking alcohol, or if you don't drink alcohol, whatever your beverage of choice is. If you're drinking some tea before bed or whatever, if you're drinking coffee and wherever you're at, it's before work today, whatever you're drinking beverage of choice, raise it up in honor of the great Andromeda tonight. Thank you. Happy Michael Myers Monday. Mike says Kills has great replay value, would watch it and never get sick of it. Yeah, it's I don't know, it's weird to say, but it might be the most fun for us slasher fans that really like to see Michael do his thing, because it's so much of Michael doing his thing. It might be kind of the most fun watching that way. In a lot of ways, 2018 is kind of the Laurie emotional core of the whole thing. And then, Ends is the outlier. It is the, it is the one arguably with the most replay value, ultimately, because that's the one that you can go back and really kind of pick apart and see all the different nuances that aren't as apparent on that first viewing when you're going into it just expecting Michael versus Laurie part whatever, part 3, part 4, whatever, however you're counting it. But absolutely, I think it's got huge replay value. That's why I say it'll probably be, just for my own personal taste. I mean, and it just flies by too. I love that it just jumps in to the action. I could go on and on about it. That is one of my favorites. Let's see here. Patrick says the bottle opener is made by Factory Entertainment. Okay, awesome. Universal license. Gotcha. Excellent. All right, I will have to check that out. Thanks for the heads up. I appreciate it. Andromeda says Kills is her favorite, though. Yeah. A lot of love for Kills in here. That's not this week's poll question, but that will be a good one. Which is your favorite of the current trilogy? A lot of love for Kills. It's hard not to love that one. I mean, I love Ends. I love all 3 of them. I really do, and I think they go well together, and they all are uniquely their own thing. But for when I just need some comfort food in the form of Michael Myers, yeah, Kills is probably going to be the one. Josh agrees the original and Halloween are the best ones of the original trilogy. The original and the new Halloween, I guess, 2018. Yeah. Teen Wolf got sad when, remember, there's no Halloween movie this year. Yeah, it was awesome having these last 3 over the last, 4 years. It's amazing. But, and this is a good segue, perfect segue as a matter of fact, because while we don't have a new Halloween movie to look forward to this year, I mean, after that amazing streak of the last 2 years in a row having Kills and Ends, what we do have to look forward to this Halloween season is what will definitely be the biggest gathering of Halloween franchise alums. Actors, actresses, directors, behind the scenes talent, all of the people and personalities that have brought these films to life over the years, over 4.5 decades now. Almost all of them are going to be there. You can count on it. So, we're going to talk right now, just a minute, about the highly anticipated 45 Years of Terror franchise reunion event. It is happening September 29th and 30th and October 1st in Pasadena. Once again, at the Pasadena Convention Center. And we know that Friday, the 29th, is going to be the Horrors Hallowed Grounds bus tour. Of course, created by our friend Sean Clark. Many of you already know all of this. I'm preaching to the choir here, as we talked about earlier. Many of you we met and saw 5 years ago, and but you know that the convention itself takes place on Saturday and Sunday at the convention center. Now, as far as updates and news, we did get just a tiny bit of what's beginning to take shape, so to speak, for this event. Again, prior attendees, whether it was the 25 Years of Terror, 30 Years of Terror, 35 Years of Terror, or 5 years ago in 2018, the 40 Years of Terror events, you know how it goes generally. They're not going to reinvent the wheel here. It's going to be the same basic template. But, with 5 years comes a few upgrades, a few surprises, and a few new guest additions. There are always those surprise new guest additions. So, we're going to talk about that just a little bit here tonight. Did you guys see the most recent episode of The Thing with Two Heads? I'm sure you probably did. Many of you love The Thing with Two Heads like I do. My favorite podcast, of course. Our friends Sean Clark and Christopher Nelson. Their most recent episode, they had Tom Savini on there. And yes, I was crushed to hear Tom say how much he actually hates Halloween 78. In his defense, though, in fairness, I will say that's not the first time I've heard that complaint specifically about the Bob kill and the logic of I've got a friend who's a real stickler and just could never get past the fact that there's no way that knife would hold Bob up there. And so if you saw the episode, you know what I mean. Watch the most recent episode of The Thing with Two Heads. It's over on the Malfunction channel. But in response to that, I think I would say, well, I understand the logic argument of not being able to get past that. Some people can't get past it. I think, meanwhile, the rest of us, we're just bought into the magic of Michael Myers by that point. In this new episode, they did discuss 45 Years of Terror just a little bit. And not a whole lot of new news, other than, while nothing has officially been announced, I guess we could say that technically Christopher Nelson is the first confirmed guest, because they did say on the episode that he's going to be there as a guest. And technically this time around, Christopher is appearing not just as, makeup effects artist, not just as Oscar winner, Hollywood talent, not just as the lead of the team that created this mask in all three of these most recent movies, including that brilliant Flashback 78 mask and all of the others. But we know that, Christopher also did actually portray Michael Myers on screen for a little bit in 2018. That's his fingers in the door grabbing at Jamie Lee Curtis that get blown away. So he technically joins that illustrious club of men now, and Deborah Hill, God rest her soul, who have portrayed Michael Myers on screen. So that brings us to our first little interesting tidbit of news, because we talked about it before, how it's kind of unfortunate that, in 2018 they had, what was it, I think 19 of the men who have played Michael Myers. In other words, everyone up to that point except for Tony Moran. And obviously, we can say that Tony Moran is not going to be at 45 Years of Terror. I'm not going to get into all the reasons why. If you don't know why, you can Google it. Long story short, he and Sean have a long and sordid history and don't get along very well. So that's not going to happen. But, and I don't want to get into discussing that right now. That's for a whole nother conversation that might never be on this channel. Moving on, though. Let me take a drink and move on. Moving on. Of course, last year, we lost one of our Michael Myers actors in stuntman Jim Winburn from the 78 film. And more recently, we lost the great George Wilbur, another Michael Myers actor. And they were both there 5 years ago, and all of the other ones. So now, unfortunately, they will not be there. But Sean did point out something that I had mentioned a few weeks ago, and it was great to hear him acknowledging it, that not only will we have enough new Michael Myers actors who have never been at a Halloween convention before to join this year, that conceivably now, again, nothing's been officially announced yet, but we know that contracts are going out and guests are getting confirmed behind the scenes. It's pretty concrete that we are going to see, once again, the largest gathering of Michael Myers actors ever assembled in one room. And by largest, I mean even a bigger gathering than in 2018. How is that possible without George and Jim? Well, you got to keep in mind that Aaron Armstrong was not there in 2018. He had not yet appeared on screen as Michael Myers. And our friend Douglas Tate was also not there in 2018. He did appear on screen for just a split second or two during some key shots, some pickup shots in HK. And then there's Tyler Maine's stunt double from Rob Zombie's Halloween 07 as well, who also was not there. So it is conceivable, if all of the stars align, that they might have even more than was there in 2018, even more Michael Myers actors. Somebody else I was thinking, and I don't even have the young man's name right here handy, but the young man who plays young Michael Myers in Halloween Kills. Remember, you see him just quickly up in the bedroom window. he's definitely never made a convention appearance as a Michael Myers. So that's pretty exciting. And at this point, while nothing's been officially announced, and Sean even said that we probably shouldn't expect an official announcement until maybe April. So another month or so, probably in reality. I think it's pretty safe to assume, like, we could almost start taking bets right now on who's definitely going to be booked and who might be booked and who's kind of on our wish list. But I can tell you, just from past experience and past watching these other reunion conventions, that the most sure bets of all are these gentlemen who have all worn the mask on screen as Michael Myers. And so I think it's, of course, Nick Castle, of course, Tommy Lee Wallace, of course, Will Sandin, Dick Warlock, Don Shanks, all these guys are going to be there. Tyler Mane, James U. Courtney, obviously, of course. That's another thing. It's amazing when you think that James U. Courtney, his very first convention appearance ever was at 40 Years of Terror. That was the first one. And now he's like been around the world and back making these appearances and just totally owning this role on screen and off in so many ways and just representing us and this fandom and this character and this franchise in such a great way. But moving on. So again, as you can tell, I'm a little excited to hear that. That is some encouraging news. More than that, though, not only will we have some new Michael Myers actors making their first appearance at a Halloween convention. If you saw the episode, you heard Sean indicate that there's going to be lots of first-timers. Specifically, he said lots of first-time Halloween convention appearances. And I anticipate that some of these will include some of our friends, such as Carmela and Michael. Carmela McNeil, who plays Vanessa, and Michael Smallwood, who plays Marcus in Halloween Kills. They're also in Halloween 2018. They, of course, neither were guests at the 40 Years of Terror, but now I would imagine, I know they have made some convention appearances, but they've never been at a Halloween Terror convention. I would say that they are sure bets. They are absolutely going to be added to the proceedings this year, and rightfully so, and it'll be great to see them there. But I think this also means that we could, hopefully, fingers crossed, see some first-time convention appearances, period. Sean mentioned that there's going to be one person that he's already booked from 78 that has never appeared at one of these conventions before. I don't know who he could even be referring to. Give me your guesses in the comments. It's definitely some tantalizing information to ponder. But so it's not just from this recent trilogy. But speaking of the recent trilogy, I do absolutely think we're going to have some first-timers from there. Rhian Reese from 2018 appeared there with James in 2018 at 40 Years of Terror, and I hope she returns again. I do think that it's very possible we might see Mr. Rowan Campbell make his first ever convention appearance at this event. How fitting and cool would that be? And who knows? Andy Matichak? Fingers crossed, right? We can hope. And again, I know everybody wants to ask about Jamie Lee Curtis. Hey, we can all hope, and anything's possible. And I think everybody behind the scenes would say that at this point, anything's possible. But I think realistically, yeah, Rowan is a definite possibility. Like I said, Carmela and Michael, I think, are almost sure bets. Aaron and Doug and these guys, I think those are absolute definites. So that is just a small taste of what we can conceivably look forward to this fall at this event. One other bit that I wanted to mention as we're talking about 45 Years of Terror, outside of the guest anticipation, of which it is, of course, high. Another part of this event that I haven't talked very much about, that is, of course, a huge part of the event as well, is the vendors. All of the dozens of talented artists and brands that we all know and love. And a few of those brands have already been confirmed and announced to be there, and they were up on launch day weeks ago at Halloween45.com. You can see here those include, some of the big dogs like Fright Rags and Trick or Treat Studios, and some of your favorite artists like Ghoulish Gary Pullen and Jason Edmiston. And man, Jason, his line, I gotta tell you, in 2018, you guys that were there remember he had a longer line than Nick Castle and Dick Warlock sometimes for some of his stuff. It's insane. But one very interesting thing that Sean mentioned in discussing 45 Years of Terror on that episode of The Thing with Two Heads is he did mention that they've been working for months now behind the scenes with many of these major brands for something kind of new for this year's show, which will be some very specific show exclusives. Now, there's always some show exclusives, like Jason. That's one of the reasons he had those big lines 5 years ago. But it sounds like there's going to be lots more. So again, heads up to all you collectors. Start saving your money right now, because there's going to be some insane get it at the show or miss out on getting it 45 Years of Terror convention only special releases, and that sounds really exciting. Like you always see at the Comic-Cons, all of these special variant covers and so forth, and special Funko releases for various Comic-Cons. It's going to be great to see what all of our favorite brands, like Fright Rags and Trick or Treat and so forth, can put together to celebrate this anniversary and this entire anniversary, because of course it celebrates the original film, but it celebrates all 13 movies and all of the books and everything that's ever come within it. It celebrates this entire franchise, 4.5 decades of it. So there we go. Give me your thoughts on all of this in the comments, of course, here in the live chat as well. Are you stoked for 45 Years of Terror? I'd love to hear your list of definites, maybes, and your wish list of who you'd most like to see there as a pleasant surprise. I think there's a lot of room for some very exciting first-timers, and for the people that go to all the conventions, that's going to be a big attraction, because, a lot of us have met some of these other people. Not that it's not great to see them all again in one place, but, a big attraction to the longtime convention goer that has been to all of these and to all of these previous reunions even is going to be some of these people that they've never got to get that autograph on that poster yet. So that's going to be a big deal. So let us hear from you, your thoughts on 45 Years of Terror. Of course, they're going to be announcing guests, like we said, probably beginning in April. That's what Sean said. So we'll look forward to more news on that as it becomes available. All right. Before we move on to our next item, I want to quickly do a flashback to 40 Years of Terror. We've been talking about it, and we've been talking about 45 Years of Terror. So we're going to do just a little flashback right now of just a few minutes of footage that we captured. This was during the Halloween 2018 panel. Now, longtime viewers have probably seen this clip. We've shared it here before. It's been up on the website, for 4.5, almost 5 years now. But some newer viewers might not have seen it ever before. And in any case, it's worth checking out again on this occasion as we're, again, just kind of initiating the countdown to 45, to age 45. Because these are the type of moments that we love to capture. My wife and I, Sue and I, we consider ourselves serious photojournalists having fun at doing what we love. But, we do take the job serious, and part of that is capturing not just the obvious stuff, but I love capturing those moments that maybe not everybody captures. So we captured a lot of magic ones. We've talked before about the marriage proposal during the Halloween 2 panel. We talked about when Nick Castle came over and literally welcomed James G. Courtney to the event and to his first convention, and symbolically to the convention scene, and even on a bigger level, symbolically to the franchise. We captured all those moments literally as they were happening. It wasn't scripted. It was even less scripted than your reality TV. It was real, unlike a reality TV, right? Anyway, this is another one of those moments that completely unscripted, and we just were lucky enough to be there. That happened during the Halloween 2018 panel at 40 Years of Terror in 2018, which again, the event took place, you have to remember, literally days before Halloween 2018 was released. None of us had seen the movie yet. It was coming out just days later. And this is during that panel, and you'll see, if you haven't seen it, I won't spoil it, but a certain someone makes a surprise appearance in the middle of the panel. Check it out.
So Jim, tell us about what you wanted to bring to the role of Michael Myers. Like, where is Michael Myers at after these 40 years have passed?
That's an intellectual question that I don't have an answer for because I didn't intellectualize anything about this character. I studied with Stella Adler and had Royal Academy coaches, and there are very distinct ways that normally I would work on a character. But for this one, it goes back to a great old comedian, comic actor named Ted Knight.
This was in my contract. I'm supposed to be at every one of these, and look, they didn't invite me. Come on! No, I'm just kidding. Are they doing okay, you guys? Okay. Bye.
What? Come back here. See, he's an old guy. He's loud and nervous. So,
Thank you, Dave. Nick Castle, let us hear it, guys. You can do better than that for the original company name. Let us hear it.
All right, so there you go. Magic moments at 40 Years of Terror. So I can only imagine what kind of surprises we're going to witness at 45 Years of Terror. It's going to be epic and awesome, to say the least. All right, I'm going to take a break, take a breather and a drink, and then we're going to move into just a few more quick little blurbs here, and then do our poll results, okay? Let's see. Let's see. Scrolling back up on the. Oh, you guys ranking your films? Excellent. I like seeing that. A lot of love for Curse in there. Andromeda agrees. That was heartbreaking to hear Savini say he hated Halloween. Teen Wolf's hoping to see Brad Lorry this year. Excellent. Yep, he was there 5 years ago. I'm sure I'd put him in the definite pile. Yes, the atmosphere definitely makes these movies more than quote unquote. I like that. Yeah, more than just your average slasher. You got to have the Halloween atmosphere, that all important halosphere that I always talk about. Saturn would love to see Andy attend. Yeah, I think that would be a huge get. I mean, I know everybody's, focused on Jamie. I mean, you know, honestly, if Jamie's there, I mean, it'd be hard to. I guess they could, stagger everybody. They'd have to pre-sell everything with her. And you'd have to pre-order everything, and then they'd have to stagger, like give you windows, like kind of like when you go to Disney World now for the Star Wars rides, and you have like boarding times. I think that'd seriously be the only way to do it. Otherwise, you're gonna have people that are gonna have to stand in line for like hours, just to meet her. I think Andy would be a huge get, her first ever convention appearance. Andromeda wants to meet Rowan. 78 cast member Kyle, you mean Judith's boyfriend? Well, I would say that, except for he was there in 2018. And, Kyle David, and I fully expect him to be back again. And as far as I saw the comment about Tommy's bullies, yeah, Mickey Yablans was there in 2018. And so was... maybe the other one wasn't there. Isn't the other one Dick Warlock's son? Am I getting that mixed up? It's getting close to my midnight brain break, when my brain starts just clocking out for the evening. So I might be wrong on that, and I'll be embarrassed if I am, because I usually know that stuff. But you guys will correct me, I'm sure. Halloween Lives says Bradley hinted at JLC on their podcast. Fingers crossed. Interesting. Very nice. Is that interview up now, or is that dropping next week, guys? Everybody, give it up for the Halloween Lives podcast in the live chat. Love what those guys are doing every week. Teen Wolf would buy the Scarecrow mask just for Rowan to sign it. Hell yeah. Jason wants to shake Chris's hand because his body of work is second to none. Christopher's hand, excuse me. Yes. Well, honestly, that's exactly what I did in 2018. And he was one of the first people I saw there, and I just ran up to him. And we had already talked on the phone and like through text, a few times throughout the year, but we had never met in person, and so that was pretty awesome to connect with him. And James in person for the first time there as well. Johnston loves Kills because it had the same vibe as H4, but updated and better. Nice. Andromeda will hug Christopher Nelson, wash his car, clean his house. Nice. Hear that, Christopher? You guys know he's lurking in the live chat sometimes. Andromeda says maybe Lonnie. Yes, Brent LePage. Now that would be a great get because I do not remember him being there 5 years ago. I don't believe he was. You guys that were at the previous 35th, 30th, or 25th, let me know. Was Brent LePage there? Has anybody heard from him? That could very well be it, and that would be really cool to have him, and then they could get the new Lonnie, young Lonnie and old Lonnie from Kills, and young Lonnie and adult Lonnie, I should say. I don't want to have Robert Longstreet think I'm calling him old. Not like he's watching this anyway, but on the off chance he ever is researching who's this HGN that wants to interview me, and That'll be the clip that somebody will show, of course. Uh, anyway, yeah, I'm talking nonsense now. Anyway, yeah, it's like, yeah, when Nick showed up in there, it is like seeing the king. Ah, I see Sean has checked in. Awesome. All right, clearing it up. Brent LePage was not there and still haven't found him. Okay, so the search goes on. There we go. I was wondering that. Excellent. All right. So there you go. Lot of first timers at age 45. Yes. Awesome. So there you have it from the man himself, Mr. Sean Clark, checking in this evening. I see Tim Leo is in here as well. Brad's Music Channel has chimed in. Good to see you guys. One of the three is dead. Is that one of the three bullies, I guess? Yeah, Rob says they're going to crush my wallet. Yeah. Tim's asking how many actors I have met. You know, I did make a list at one point, and I'd have to refer to that. I was trying to think today, actually, how many Michael Myers actors I've actually interviewed, because I've met, fortunately, almost all of them. Not doing a small part, doing no small part to 40 Years of Terror, where most of them were. But as far as interviewing, I think maybe 15 of them so far at this point. And I may or may not be adding another to that interview list, like very soon, like maybe even within the next 24 hours. That's something I was going to talk about a little bit later on at the end of the show, but since you guys, as usual, you got me going off script a little bit, so I will say that, yeah, there is going to be a new franchise interview dropping here very soon. I haven't recorded it yet, so I'm not going to say who it's with. You guys know, regular viewers know, I'm a little superstitious about that. I don't like to say who I'm going to interview until it's already in the can and done. But it is somebody from this franchise, and it might even be somebody who has played Michael Myers. It might even be someone who's played Michael Myers that I haven't interviewed before now. So if you can do a little bit of research, you might be able to figure it out. But in any case, you guys know that you're going to be the first to know once it is in the can and recorded and has happened, and I know it's reality. I will make the announcement here, probably in the community tab first here on YouTube, and then we'll have a little preview clip come out, and I'll let you know when the full thing's going to drop. So if everything goes as planned, that's going to be happening very soon. Okay, all right. Sean, thank you. Yes, one of the three bullies, Adam Hollander, who played Keith, passed away in 1994, I guess you're saying. 1894, but I'm assuming that's 1994. Yes, 1984. 1984, not 94. Okay. All right, there we go. So there we go. Adam Hollander is who played Keith, one of the three bullies. And so am I right, Sean, that the other two were both there at 40 Years of Terror, right? No, Sean, your guess is incorrect, sir. That is not the Michael Myers actor I am referring to. I have interviewed him before, though. So, yeah, this is somebody I've never interviewed before. But no, Good guess, though. Andromeda says Sean is a big reason we all have so much fun at conventions, guys. Big applause for Sean. Yes, of course. Of course. Big applause. And of course, anytime we have a notable celebrity in the live chat, guys, raise them up. Again, it doesn't have to be alcohol, just whatever you're drinking. If it's your warm milk before bed or whatever, raise them up. A toast to the man in the live chat this evening. Appreciate you being here. Yep, we were plugging the show, your latest episode. We were all heartbroken to hear Tom's utter disdain for Halloween '78, but it was a great episode and a great interview. I loved it. Okay, only had the one bully, Mickey Yablans, and still looking for Brett. Okay, all right, I'm getting all mixed up. Okay, so Brett, yeah, is the missing in action still. So we gotta do a fine Brett LePage, right? I mean, the original Lonnie, especially now that Lonnie is back again in the current mythology, or was, for Kills. A notable celebrity, yes, sir. You're the notable celebrity in this live chat, in this group. Absolutely, you are to us. Like Andromeda said, you're a huge part of all of this, sir. So cheers to you, and happy Michael Myers Monday. Thanks for being here. Teen Wolf wants to talk to Shanks about I'll always know what you did last summer. Oh, with the new movie announcement about I Know What You Did Last Summer coming back. Yeah. David Kyle, who was Judith's boyfriend, was there. Yep, I do remember meeting him. It was his first convention at that time, too, I believe, if I remember right. Awesome. All right, well, hey, since we've got since Sean is in here right now, I was gonna mention this, but I'll show it now just so you guys can see. I'm sure you probably already saw, but Sean shared this awesome picture of our buddy James playing the official Halloween pinball machine. How awesome is that? I still have yet to play that pinball machine. I've yet to be in the same room as one. It is beautiful, though. Awesome to see James having fun out there in California. And you might have seen he also shared this photo on his Instagram. This is James Jude Courtney with, speaking of Rowan, with Mr. Rowan Campbell, a.k.a. our Corey Cunningham. It's pretty cool to see. And he wrote a nice little caption to his buddy and kind of protege, maybe, on Instagram and on James's socials. He said, "Good to see he's still alive. I thought I had killed the son of a bitch." And then he says, "Love you, little brother." I thought that was pretty cool. And another, it's franchise adjacent. It is franchise alum news a little bit, but on a slow week like this, I gotta mention that just a few days ago, it was announced, actually 10 days ago, that David Gordon Green's Exorcist has wrapped filming. And of course, the great Christopher Nelson and his team worked on that. David Gordon Green and his team at Rough House. He again co-wrote it, directed, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm very excited to see what they do with it. I'm calling it Exorcist. I'm hoping that they just take the out of it. If for no other reason, just to separate it a tiny bit from the original, because it is technically a sequel from everything we're hearing. It might be a requel, might be a requel if it's ignoring, everything, the other sequels, which it may or may not be, I don't know. But from what I understand, it is a sequel to the original, at least. I mean, Ellen Bernstein's in it, reprising her character from the original. But just so we don't have another, Halloween 2018 is a sequel to another movie with the same title, just take the out. Kind of like The Batman and Batman. We see it happening all the time. Texas Chainsaw has played this game a bunch. Let's do it with Chainsaw with one word. Let's do it with two words. Let's add a and take the away. So maybe we'll just be Exorcist. That's kind of what I hope and predict. But it's wrapped, and it is interesting. It is coming out on Friday the 13th of October, which is the weekend that Michael Myers and this franchise owned for 3 of the last 4 years. Is that right? 3 of the last 4 years? Yeah, it is. Going on 5 now, right? But that is that same weekend. It'll be kind of cool to have an Exorcist movie opening on Friday the 13th. But I look forward to checking it out. You guys let me know what you think. All right, I'm going to turn back over here to the live chat for just a minute, and then we are going to go over the results of this week's poll. We'll launch next week's poll and do a couple shout-outs. All right, let me scroll back up for just a little bit. Ryan says, would be cool to meet Hunter Von Leer from Halloween 281. Absolutely. Yeah, I've never heard of him doing a con. Sean, any word on the whereabouts of Hunter Von Leer? Okay, it was David Kyle's first and last convention so far. All right. Maybe he'll be back for this year's. I do remember speaking to him briefly, and he was at that Q&A with all of the 78 cast. It was awesome. Let's see. Mike Johnson would love to meet the cast of Terrifier and Terrifier 2 someday as well. Lauren Lavera killed it. I agree with that, and those of them that I have met so far, I love. You guys, regular viewers of the channel, know I love the Terrifier movies. Please, if you haven't already, Mike, be sure to check out my interviews. I've interviewed almost the whole cast of Terrifier 2 and a lot of Terrifier 1 as well, including Lauren, and she's amazing, and I agree. Her performance is awesome. I love both those movies. I love everything they're doing with that franchise. But yeah, if you're a Terrifier fan, check out my interviews with the cast. Let's see. Team Wolf says, gotta love how the Myers actors branched out to other franchises. Christian was Ghostface and Don was Ben Willis. Yes. Yep, and Don was also the Killer Santa in Silent Night, Deadly Night. Andromeda wants Rowan to meet him. She's obsessed with Rowan. Hey, I get it, man. Yeah, I want to meet him too. Yeah. I just want to talk to him, one-on-one and see what he's like. We've seen so little of him. He's very not much of a presence on social media, and I mean he is on Instagram, but So cool. Even Michael wouldn't kill him. Yeah, he's pretty cool. You gotta admit, you watch that movie, he's damn cool. Oh, his performance was awesome. I agree, Mike. Andromeda loves ends more every time she sees it. Did you notice the close-up toothpaste during the bathroom mirror scene? I did not, but I will have to go back and check it out now. I did not. Teen Wolf's asking how you can contact me on Facebook. Well, the easiest way is just through the Halloween Daily News Facebook page. I mean, I have a personal profile on Facebook, and honestly, I mean, you guys are regular friends here on YouTube. I mean, if you hit me up and say, hey, I'm Teenage Teen Wolf on Monday nights, then, I'll accept your request or whatever. But the easiest way is just find the HDN Facebook page. It's Halloween Daily News, and send us a message there. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter. We're even on TikTok, even though I don't really do too much or know too much what to do on there. But we're on there. We're on Snapchat, too, if anybody cares about that anymore. But this is the most fun. It tends to be, the most fun and definitely the coolest audience is our live crowd here on YouTube. Andromeda, the herd hunter, is out of acting. I don't know. I don't know what he's up to. I don't know if Sean's still in the house or not. Lurking or not, I don't know. Mike says, seen some of the Terrifier interviews. They were enjoyable. Awesome. Thank you. Well, there might be some more to come. That's one of those franchises. It's always a pleasure. I talk about it all the time, interviewing people from this franchise. And the same through the Terrifier franchise. I mean, whatever it is, I don't... That's one thing with these Zoom interviews. I've kind of decided that I'm just gonna, I'm gonna let my fandom fly, with these people and just be my excited self. And they're gonna respond to it or be weirded out by it. And same with you guys. And so far it is what it is. But obviously I have a lot of fun with it. All right, real quick, let's jump on to this week's poll because actually this is this last week's poll. Our new poll for this week has already launched. It launched about 20 minutes ago, I believe. But I asked last week, we asked, what is your favorite Halloween franchise mask other than Michael's main mask? Now, you know what I mean. And I even stipulated that you could name Corey's Scarecrow or Allison's Cats or somebody else wearing a mask. You could there's any number of choices. You could pick one of Michael's other masks, like the clown mask, like the brute mask in H5. And we gave you a couple options. So here is the results of that poll. And you might be a tiny bit shocked at the winner here. So the options I gave, the 5 options I gave, because YouTube only allows me to give up to 5 options, was the young Michael clown mask, Michael's escape mask in Rob Zombie's remake, which I love that orange escape mask. I included Michael's H4 bandages, at the beginning of H4. I love that look too. I especially love it when he puts on the jumpsuit, but he's still got the bandage mask. Like that's one of the coolest shots in the movie to me. I put in Michael's H5 brute mask when he's wearing Mike the character's mask, and it's that great scene in the car, and Tina saying Mike. I love that scene. It's like my favorite part of the H5, I think. And the 5th choice I put on here was Corey Cunningham's Scarecrow mask. Because again, we're asking about your favorite mask other than Michael's main mask. And you know what I mean by his main mask. So, while the comments ranged from Keith, who says definitely anything not in ends, to our friend Andromeda with us here tonight and every week, who says, Baby Michael for sure. We know who she means. Corey Cunningham. And we got another comment that said, not a big fan of the Rob Zombie remakes. The first one had potential, but the one thing I can't fault is the design of Michael himself. So I guess that's a vote for his young Michael clown in that one, or maybe the escape mask, I'm guessing. They don't specify. In any case, on to the results. Coming in 5th place with just 5% of the votes. Oh, we had 143 votes total. 143 votes. Coming in 5th place with just 5% of the votes is the Brute Mask. Now, I might agree that compared to all these, the look of the Brute Mask, yeah, it's not something I love. Like Trick or Treat has reproduced it. It's a very faithful reproduction. I don't own it. I don't, I kind of thought I needed to for a while, but I don't own it. But it is one of my favorite scenes. Whether or not the mask measures up to the scene, I don't know. But according to you guys, definitely not. Now, moving up significantly into 2nd place with 17% of the vote is Michael's Escape Mask from the Rob Zombie remake. In 3rd place, with very close to that, with 19%, is the H4 bandages. And our final two. The winner, believe it or not, with 32% of the vote, is the Corey Cunningham Scarecrow Mask. That's right. It beats out young Michael Myers' Clown Mask, which comes in 2nd place with 27% of the vote. So 32% of you guys pick Corey's Mask as your favorite, other than Michael's main one. So there we go. Every week we go over these results, and then we simultaneously post the new week's new poll. So, for this week's poll, which went live at 11:30, as I was ranting here about something, we are asking, what is your favorite alternate cut of one of the Halloween movies? Now, this could be any officially released in some capacity alternate version of a theatrically released cut of a Halloween movie. And as always, if your pick is one of the five, one that's not one of the five listed as an option, I can only list 5. So your options that we listed are the Halloween 78 TV cut, the Halloween 2 81 TV cut, Halloween 6, the Curse of Michael Myers producer's cut. Technically, I guess that would be the Halloween 666 producer's cut. Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 2009 director's cut, and Halloween Kills extended edition. Now, you could also vote for Rob Zombie's Halloween remake director's cut, if you so wish. Again, I only had room for 5, and to me, H2 is a much bigger difference from director's cut to theatrical, more so than the 07 remake. The biggest difference in the 07 remake, as far as I can see, is that escape scene. It's totally different in the two movies. Whereas H2, it's really a far better movie in the director's cut, in my opinion, in that case. And I can see we've already got the first few votes, and in just the first 25 minutes or so of this poll, jumping out to a quick lead with 71% so far is, drumroll, Halloween Kills Extended Edition. That's right. Believe it or not. Jason's already voting for producer's cut. Teen Wolf says extended H2 and producer's cut all the way. Mike's voting for HK extended. Awesome. Sean, let's see, spoke to Hunter years ago trying to get him for age 25 and 30, and he had zero interest. His number's now disconnected, so don't know how to reach him anymore. So there you go, guys. Hunter was not interested, at least as of 15 years ago. If anybody knows him and knows that he might have changed his mind and how to get a hold of him, feel free to speak up. But otherwise, that sounds like that is the answer right there as far as Hunter Von Leer. Wow, Brett's hoping Barry Bernardi can make it to age 45. Nice. Andromeda, of course, votes for Hearst Extended. I like it. All hail Donald Pleasance. Yes. Yeah, he was great in that. Yeah, I mean, giving his all as that character right up into the last scene of his last movie. That's what I say. You know, I've said before to you guys here on Monday nights that I hope. I mean, I would like to think that if because I've thought about it, and everybody's always wants to talk about what's next, and I don't know what's next. I'm not even in a big hurry to see. Let's just soak in what we've had here for a little while anyway. But I would love to see this franchise do something that elevates the other major hero of this franchise, the true major hero of this franchise, Dr. Sam Loomis, in the same way or in a similar way or in an even more significant way that the most recent three films have very effectively and very rightfully and awesomely elevated the Laurie Strode character. I mean, to us, she was always iconic and so important to the history of horror and to this franchise and all. But these films made her so important to just pop culture in a way that I don't know that she was prior to 2018. And so that's a testament to them for doing that. I'd love to see whatever the next iteration of this franchise be, really spend some time and because now we can step away from Laurie. She's got her ending, right? Quote the new Scream movie about Sydney. I'll quote that and say that Laurie too deserves her a happy ending, right? Can we agree on that? So, but I would love to see, the Loomis character elevated to the true heroic, iconic status that we all know that he already is. But pop culture in general, the world in general, might not have a real reverence for that the way we do. Of course, the big question then becomes who to cast as a new Dr. Loomis. Who do you, I mean, of course, Tom Jones Jr. can pull off the look, and he certainly did a great job in Kills, but I don't know if he could carry, he's not a trained actor, so I don't know that he would even want to attempt to carry a film or a series, and you're not going to cast somebody just because you can make them look like him in that capacity. That would be, something you worry about down the road. You worry about finding the right actor for the story you're telling first. So anyway, that would be my hope. Again, I digress. All right, let's jump into some shout outs real quick, and then I'm going to get out of here because surprisingly, again, somehow it's after midnight again, guys. I mean, we don't even have any news this week, but we have an esteemed guest. We do. We have an esteemed guest with Sean with us tonight, so that takes precedence over some things for sure, and we definitely appreciate it. All right, let's jump over here to Twitter for some Michael Myers Monday shout outs. Lots of cool memes this week. This comes from Michael Myers at The Shape. Every morning you have two choices, and it says continue to sleep with your dreams or wake up and chase them. And again, I always talk about how Michael Myers Monday, we started that hashtag back in 2013, and it's taken on a life of its own, and everybody uses it to mean whatever they need it to mean. And sometimes it's Monday attacking you, like Michael Myers, which that's why I posted that meme on our socials today, because that's what this Monday felt like for me anyway. But sometimes you can use it for motivation. Michael Myers Monday motivation, and you can attack Monday, attack the week, like Michael attacking. And so there you go. There's your two options. Thanks to Michael Myers at the Shape on Twitter. All right, another one here on Twitter. We're going to go over. This comes to us from George Schmidt. At George Schmidt 67, he says, Happy Michael Myers Monday and first day of spring. And here we have a happy little Michael celebrating another Michael Myers Monday, another first day of spring. Yeah, it's first day of spring. You know, every day's Halloween with us. So spring, summer, fall, winter. Every day's Halloween. Every Monday's Michael Myers Monday. But if we're going to look at the calendar, then I see first day of spring. You know, all I'm thinking of is one day closer to October. And one more from Twitter this week. This is from the Boogeyman at the Shape 78. It says, Happy Michael Myers Monday. And some cool Michael and Laurie cosplay here. Of course, everybody uses the hashtag to express their fandom in all kinds of different ways, whether it's cosplay or showing off their collections or creating memes, creating videos. Let's move over to Instagram real quick for just a couple. This is from Halloween Yard Haunt on 5th Street. And anybody that's going to take a minute to actually put the Michael Myers Monday text into their post, well then, that's a good way to bump yourself up a little bit higher in the shout-outs for sure. So here you go, Halloween Yard Haunt on 5th Street. Happy Michael Myers Monday to you. Love that collection coming along. They got a couple mugs. One of them looks familiar. That was that initial mug I had before it. I told you the tragic story of when it died, and I think I got that cup too. But you're missing one mug, I gotta say, Yard Haunt. You're missing one in that photo. You gotta get this one. Gotta get the Every Day is Halloween. That's the motto right there. But awesome collection no matter what. And thanks for using the Michael Myers Monday hashtag. Also from Instagram, moving over here, 13 Gallows Lane. We've seen their cosplay before. This is pretty awesome. That's Gallows Lane, 13 Gallows Lane is Michael there. And they list the model as Jenna Slilka. And look at that gash in her neck. Pretty gruesome gash happening right there. And also from Instagram, this one comes from our friend, the great Tyler Main. Of course, Michael Myers in both of Rob Zombie's films. He always is awesome about posting every Michael Myers Monday, and he uses the hashtag to inspire some motivation a lot of times. This post today, he says, Michael doesn't let anything stand in the way of what he wants, not even doors. What are you hoping to accomplish this week? And he hashtags it Michael Myers Monday, but also Monday Motivation. And one more this week, also from Instagram, from Tyler's co-star, Dag Fairch. And he has a new Instagram account, and he's got that listed right here. He says, you know what day it is, and he's letting everybody know this is his new main account. And I want to let you guys know, too, that if you're a fan of Dag like I am, you need to go follow him on his new official Instagram account. It is Great Dag Official, Young Michael Myers in 07. And again, I know, everybody's got their favorites as far as the movies and the masks and actors, and everybody loves and hates what they love and hate about this franchise. But certain things, a lot of people are pretty united on. No, in this day and age, nobody's united on anything 100%. But Tyler and Dag's performances in the Rob Zombie films, I think most of you guys would agree with me, pretty damn awesome. I think they both do a great job. So there you go. Michael Myers Monday shout outs. As always, use that hashtag. Feel free to tag us. We're on all the socials. Feel free to DM us. whenever you've got something that you think we need to see, we need to know about, we need to hear about. If you got some tips on some news going on, you can hit us up that way. And you can always hit us up anytime through the contact page at HalloweenDailyNews.com/contact. Unless, of course, the site's down like it was earlier today, and then that's a whole thing. But that ain't going to happen anymore anytime soon. We're straight now. We're back up and running, and that's how you can contact us. So, happy Michael Myers Monday, everybody. I'm going to turn over here to the live chat one more time this evening, and then I'm going to sign out. This has been awesome. Moody's Mind, the overcaffeinated collector, has checked in. Says, nice episode. I appreciate that. Jason's clocking out. Good night, man. Thanks for joining us. Happy Michael Myers Monday. Mike says, talking about Michael Myers and the Halloween franchise just seems to cheer me up. That's what I'm saying. I had a shitty day today. I'm the first to tell you. But sitting here and spending the last few hours of my day, at least once a week, if I can, talking about this stuff with you guys, even on a slow news week. And look at this. We still filled almost 2 hours amazingly. That's because of you guys. You know, and we don't get a ton of live viewers here each week, but the crowd we get, you guys are awesome. You guys make it worth doing it, so I appreciate it. Thank you. Liz says good night. Thank you. Thank you, Liz. Happy Michael Myers Monday to you. I really appreciate you hanging out. All of you. Byron is here as well. Hope that Judy Greer can make it for age 45. That'd be an interesting get. There you go, Sean. Judy Greer would be awesome. I mean, I'd be happy if some of these people just showed up for a Q&A, like the way David Gordon Green, you know, he showed up for a Q&A and signed some VIP posters, and that in itself was amazing. Somebody like Judy Greer, I think if she just came to the Q&A and again, maybe a few autographs one day or something. Andromeda finds that she didn't like Karen until ends. Long story. She risked her life to try to understand Michael, and no one knows but her and Michael. That's true. I agree. Yeah, she's one of the most tragic characters. Yeah. And yeah, nobody knows but her and Michael the interactions that they had. Some of the most meaningful, hypothetically, interactions they had. And maybe she did break through a tiny bit. Who knows? I mean, he's down there carving images of his own mask in the cave. I still think that's one of the creepiest, weirdest, just out there ideas and images of any of the films, and I'm kind of captivated and a little obsessed with it. I don't want it explained. Believe me, I don't. You know, it's just like that's the genius of Carpenter's film. That's the genius of all of these films are the gray areas that are left undefined and unexplained. It should always be a little bit of that. Or if you're going to explain, then do the Rob Zombie films and go all the way and explain everything and make it completely okay. This explains everything, and it does in those films. You watch them, okay. Ha, I get it. You know, even in Curse, you may not get it, you may not understand, but they're going the extra mile to explain some things in that movie. It may not be the explanation you want or agree with, but if you're going to try to explain a little bit, go for it. Otherwise, stick with the Carpenter method, stick with what David Gordon Green has done with these recent films, and leave those questions to be debated amongst us and amongst viewers, because that's what's supposed to happen. You know, there is no answer for so much of that. All right. It is after midnight. This has been fun, guys. You guys are awesome as always. Mike had fun. Brad says, I enjoy your shows. You rock. Thank you. You rock, sir. You rock. You all rock. Sean, if you're still listening, you rock, sir. Hopefully, we'll see you soon. And I appreciate you stopping in and giving us your 2 cents on what you can here tonight. I know we're all on the edge of our seat waiting for more official announcements, but I think just what you guys put forth on the recent episode of The Thing with Two Heads, and here tonight even more so is great. Just knowing that there's going to be so many first timers, that gets me excited. I know it gets my friends here excited. So thank you for that tidbit, and thank all of you guys for hanging out, chatting with me, talking it up. As always, if you're watching this on a replay, feel free to drop your comments down below. We would love to hear from you. We'll go over all of it next week. Participate in this week's poll. Go answer that question. It's posted over in the community tab right now. And we'll go over those results next week as well. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Give us a like if you wouldn't mind. And just drop a little jack-o'-lantern or something down in the comments. That helps with the YouTube algorithms, all that good stuff. Of course, you can always find out more about everything we've talked about anytime at HalloweenDailyNews.com. You can contact us anytime at HalloweenDailyNews.com/contact, and I will check those emails personally myself every day. I'll get back to you. That's a good way to reach us for any heads up or whatever. And also, make sure that you turn on the notifications if you have subscribed so that you don't miss notifications when we go live. Because while we do this on Mondays, and this is all about Michael and this franchise, that is by far not the only thing we do here at Halloween Daily News. We cover all things Halloween. We cover Terrifier and all things Halloween, all the mask releases and product updates and animatronic reveals and Halloween movies, horror movies, all of it. So if you enjoyed yourself here tonight and you haven't subscribed, think about doing that. We'd appreciate it. And think about becoming an HCN Club member. It's just $5 a month. Hit the join button down below, and you'll get pre-recorded videos early and other perks that you can read about when you click on that. All right, guys. Andromeda says being a Halloween fan rules. Smile, Michael loves you. Yes, Smile, Michael loves you. All right, I love you guys too. You guys are awesome. Thank you all for hanging out. Until next time, I'm Matt Arts for Halloween Daily News. Thank you all for watching, and of course, happy Michael Myers Monday! All right, good night, y'all.